Summertime. Hit Start on Star FM. Star FM. Sounding good all the time.
Yeah, my son and chatting, I don't even. Some accounts want these or so. Come with the go. Yeah, look, I've been working too hard for this to tell me that I ain't the best. And I can say it with my chest, I got the whole game pressed. I'm chatting, I don't even. Some accounts want these or so. Come with the go. Yeah, look, I've been working too hard for this to tell me that I ain't the best. And I can say it with my chest, I got the whole game pressed. I'm on the gun now, I'm a grown man now. They don't be dog, that so don't get caught. I feel like Kobe now, balling guess it's showing now. They thought I'd be slowing down, I see wrist it's snowing now. Yeah, I had to change my mentality, all of a sudden it changed my reality. I had a lot of them days that I pray for the that's in front of me. Into the hustle and tussling, none of these rappers is touching me. I drop a banger so casually. Shawty an angel, I know gonna go bururuk. Yeah, but fana my bounce, I know go turut. If we talking about money, they say I know some go suduru. Go a shungurut, hey, go a purufush. Yeah, unchecked in, I don't even man. Some accounts want these or so. Come with the go. Yeah, look, I've been working too hard for this. She told me that I ain't the best. And I can say it with my chest, I got the whole game pressed. Unchecked in, I don't even run. Some accounts want these or so. Come with the go. Yeah, look, I've been working too hard for this. She told me that I ain't the best. And I can say it with my chest, I got the whole game pressed. I'm doing this for my daughter, and I got to register for voter. I want my scene in Dino Sota, Ndiri kupisa kunge bota, Ndichazi hita zese mota, always dripping daka tota, Ndiri kumberi kunge ota, Ndiri pamzembe kunge water. I press the button, the ceiling go poof, yeah, they can hear how I move, getting the paper and then get the booth, yeah, only see me in a booth, yeah, kept me in, I'm the truth, yeah, of course I shoot, yeah, of course I shoot, yeah. Shawty an angel, I know gonna go bururuk. Apana my boss, I know go turut. If we talking about money, they say I know some go sudurut. Go a purufush.
If there's one song I'm in love with right now, it's this one. Hilsey coming to you with Naro. Listen, sometimes you don't need to explain yourself. Just, I'm in a vision. It's okay. 22 minutes past 9 o'clock right here on Star FM. It is a weekend special. Thank you so much for choosing to do this with me on a Sunday morning like so. What I do hope is you woke up, you made a good cup of tea. You see, tea, I'm going to get into kettle. You can hook yourself up with a nice cup of tea. You can just tea over by the TV. Listen, can I porridge in nema jarin and kak? Over dambra chingo with some porridge. Hook yourself up with something, man. Today is the 6th of November, and I was taking a look at what highlights for today. And usually we have National Food Day or International Say I Love You Day, but today was the day that I'm Your Baby was released in 1990 by Whitney Houston. It was also topping the Billboard Album of the Year for 6 months in 1991. I mean, whatever you want from me, I'm giving you everything. I'm your baby tonight. You're giving me extra. How could it not, though? How could it not? Exciting times indeed. And also, this past weekend has been ecstatic. We had the Cancer Power Walk yesterday. Yeah, tell me, were you there? Were you with us yesterday? Did you enjoy it? The Zim Papers Cancer Power Walk yesterday, and also acknowledging and paying homage to breast cancer. If you were there, please make sure you do tag us. If you want to catch up on the action, please do log on to our Facebook page, our Star FM page, our Instagram page as well. You can catch up on the action. It all happened yesterday. You could say it with me. Ahoy. Good morning to you. It is the weekend special on Star FM. What's your name? My name is Erica. I'd love to know yours and everything about you. Take a listen to Enzo.
Vanoremera mastriti ahoy, vane ganda rakageza ahoy, vane homwe dzakasimba ahoy, vakapikira kupisa ahoy, vanoremera mastriti ahoy, vane ganda rakageza ahoy, vane homwe dzakasimba ahoy, vakapikira kupisa. Mukati imom ndine smatiri nengerine pamuromo, wasangana negudo wakwira gomo, but if you don't get it, forget it. Itoziva kuti ndinozvita futi nekuti ndogara ndari kokonge futi staira rimwe rimo mbuti ndini ndine juti rekutakura chimuti mastriti ahoy vane ganda rakageza ahoy vane homwe dzakasimba ahoy vakapikira kupisa ahoy vanoremera mastriti ahoy vane ganda rakageza ahoy vane homwe dzakasimba ahoy vakapikira kupisa. Right, for example, kombo yasiya vari hambo handipereka nonaka ini handimbo ndini ndiri pakati pekutora nzvimbo urimbo nekuti ndiri chitofu inopinda pacho paritofu ndovhara ndobva ndakanda mutofu asi mafufu ndaramba kuperera pahafu vhiri muri chapera ndashefu kusamo jetori famba unge rodhi musiyano wegungwa nemugodhi chimboita steti nyangwe pazvichanzi chechigati tanga tichipinda hati ahoy aiwa oy ndazvinzwa ingandati ehoy kudzanai mutema muboy muroi pamusoroi vanoremera mastriti ahoy vane ganda rakageza ahoy vane homwe dzakasimba ahoy vakapikira kupisa ahoy mumastriti ahoy vane ganda rakageza ahoy vane homwe dzakasimba ahoy vakapikira kupisa ahoy mumastriti ahoy vane ganda rakageza ahoy vane homwe dzakasimba ahoy vakapikira kupisa ahoy mumastriti ahoy mumastriti ahoy mukati.
It's the weekend special. Weekend special on Star FM.
Yes, kumnandi lapho ngizenjela abantwana benga braba na your love of myself official Xavier, and you are listening to Erica on Star FM. Kumnandi la.
My love is bigger than the ocean. On your skin like a lotion. Loving you is my devotion. Give you girl full potion. Oh my beautiful addiction. With a sweet vibration. The two of we is a vision. Anytime I slip your name I dimension. So tell me girl where you there. Just me I go let the fire blaze. Anytime you want your ways. Watch out the man them they grace. Hey man, tell me where you there. Girl, I've been loving you for days. Anytime you wind up your waist, all I demand them the grace. Baby, I dey colo for your love. I dey mad for your love. I dey colo for your love. I dey mad for your love. Your love, you know. Your love, you know. Your love, your love, your love, you know. You know, your love, your love. Come give it to me, baby.
Platinums. Nini sasa. Me, I'm giving thanks to the Creator. Your mama born you well better. Nyuma kama funga utoneta. Kinavyo pepe akimweta. Oh na na. Body body sa nyonga makiliti. adi odina gonga za mendichi. Usinichomeka kidonda na spiriti. Mimi ongeta umia. Baby, you got me falling in love. Fall in love. Oh yeah. Fall in love. And Mona Lisa, my teaser. Hope you might be reason your body give me fever. I done the shiver when you hold me tight. One in my
Baby, I
knees.
dey colo for your love.
Colo, colo.
I dey mad for your love.
Baby, I dey colo, colo,
I dey colo for your love.
colo, colo.
I dey mad for your
Baby, I
love.
dey colo, colo,
Your love, your love, your love,
dey colo, colo.
your love, your love, your love, your love. Come give it to me, baby.
Baby, I dey colo, 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 colo. Baby, I dey colo, colo,
It's the weekend special. Weekend special on Star FM.
Yes, kumnandi lapho ngizenjela abantwana benga kabraba naye Love of My Soul Official Xavier, and you are listening to Erica on Star FM. Kumnandi la.
It is 13 minutes past 9 o'clock on the weekend special right here on Star FM. Listen, I've been hearing a lot of hullabaloo all over the internet when you just meet Ningina Ningi about November. Okay, so I want to hear from you. Do you think or do you believe that November is really a sacred month? Of course, depending on your level of superstitious beliefs, the month of November, according to Shona cultural traditions, is supposed to be a month of rest, to relax, to rest, kuzorora. Traditional and cultural events which are held during this month are rendered a nullity. Okay, so it means or not jese, but a lot of events that would normally take place in other months are not to take place in this month, like kurora, a wedding. Or I just feel like now it's made to sound like you're not supposed to be all together happy in November, you know. I think it was on the 1st of November. We drove past an accident scene with a friend of mine, and she was like, let's do November, yeah, November. And I'm like, how do you proclaim something onto a whole month and say, in this month, we are not going to be happy? It is also said that if you do wed or if you do get married in November, it will end up as a divorce or a disaster. Punishments for such abominations are said to be hectic. Okay, so tell me if you believe in all of this. I do have recordings from a traditional healer, Mbuya Mukandi, and also I do have a recording from Bishop Joshua, just to make sure that we get all sides of the story, Christianity-wise, tradition-wise. But I want to hear from you. Have you ever done anything in November and it ricocheted, it came back to you, and you said to yourself, yeah, this is because nakazvita muna November. I also know someone argutia under the whole month of November she's not going out because mwedzi uyoyu kawakati kutakura mepo saka tikaenda out kubawa Erica mawani, and I'm thinking it's just a month. What's your take? Talk to me about it. 0775897897. Do you believe that the month of November, I don't want to use the word cursed because I don't like to proclaim things upon anything. But do you believe, in the whole of the month of November is sacred? And if so, please do share with me why you believe it. Especially if something happened to you and you feel like it ricocheted because it happened in November. Gonna check out some sounds here from Nyasha Timbe featuring Trevor Dongo. If it's not a perfect pair of Soothe, this is Song Yanko. The weekend special on Star FM. Good morning.
Only I know, so no one can know. Babe, only I know, so no one Nasogara shakunyazo zororera Moyo wangu ndewa weka Shandakati Handikusiye baby Nasogara shakunyazo zororera Moyo wangu ndewa weka Kunyangwe makatauta It won't matter Pama no lauda you pay no mind Nakutindiwe wanakata It's only you, my forever love. Kunyangwe makatauta, it won't matter. Pama no lauda, you pay no mind. Nakutindiwe wanakata. It's only you, my forever love. Yeah, oh, oh. Yeah.
Shamari kutiundirambe Rudo rwangu chokwadi harusi rwedambe Zvauri mwana kwaye Inini jaya kwaro Tikafamba munzira ine rudo Zvasara zvisina nematuro I just need you to trust me when you hold my hand Pakatipe moyo rudo parugere
Pakati pe moyo wangu Nasogara shakunyazo zororera Moyo wangu ndewa weka
Shandakati Handikusiye Nasogara shakunyazo zororera Moyo wangu ndewa weka
It won't matter. Pama no lauda, you pay no mind. Nakutindiwe wanakata. It's only you, my forever love. Kunyangwe makatauta. It won't matter. Pama no lauda, you pay no mind. Nakutindiwe wanakata. It's only you, my forever love. Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's the weekend special. Weekend special on Star FM.
Yebo, yes, kumnandi lapho ngizenjela abantwana benga kabrabana your love of myself official Xavier, and you are listening to Erica on Star FM. Kumnandi la.
Jaita yese ya unoda.
Mushroom.
Wanna sing this song, I'm hoping that you hear me, my girl. Cause I feel your love from a distance. Can you feel me again? Can you be my girl, yeah? For life, oh my baby love. Be my lady. For life, oh my baby love. So sing it, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh my baby love. Sing again, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh my baby love. Love, for your love, me woulda do anything for your love, for your love. Chaita yes, say I won't love, for your love, me woulda do anything for your love. What's it gonna take for you to fix my broken heart? Need somebody to hold me down, who sick and off. Girl, I may call away anytime, any day, any place. For you and important. Vanondiketwa no kutipa zvisi isu tindi trust my heart. But was already done with us, yeah. Now I'm trying to meet your parents, still I can't come out. Yes, they have another yogana. Promise I'm real, promise I'm in. Promise I'll be happy long as you be smiling. You know they ain't never gonna love you like me for life. Oh my baby love, be my girl, yeah, for life. Oh my baby love, be my lady, for life.
my girl, but no cool and on the feelings are weak, mommy. I'm really sure loving you is the reason that change a quit a better man. And I promise gonna love you to the end of time. We'll give you loving all the times, girl. And these movie Nakakura sisa. Can you be my girl, yeah? For life, oh my baby love, be my lady.
I checked out some sounds here coming through from Natty O featuring K-Chaps, Be My Girl. I was so lucky to go to the Mustard Seed album launch last year. And I'll tell you this, when I heard this song, I was just like, hey, ever so proud to be Zimbabwean. 20 minutes before 10 o'clock right here on Star FM. It is a weekend special. My name is Erica Ndoro. I'd love to know your name. And if you're just joining me, I did come through with a question. Do you believe or think that November is indeed a sacred month, as we've heard? A lot of people talking, and a lot of platforms have also expressed how in November you can't get married, or you shouldn't get married. And if you do get married, it is said that it will ricochet. Ricochet meaning that it will come back to you. Okay? Something may happen to you. So I want to hear from you. Do you think this is at all possible? I do see voice notes, but please do try keep the voice notes under a minute. And also you can send me a voice note. Please also try keep it clean. 0775897897. I'm gonna take a quick rundown through the responses before I play you an audio from a licensed traditional healer explaining to us why we should consider November a sacred month. So someone comes through here and says sacred period is mid-October to mid-November. I do stand corrected as well, but someone did tell me that it starts from the 15th of October to the 15th of November. No sacred period, it's not the entire November. It's also determined by the lunar calendar, not the Gregorian calendar. So, in depth, it is following the full moon, okay? So that's the period that is said to determine this. And in October, it's signaling the start of the land preparations. Hence, we need to let Vakuru Veduambono Shanda and just, stop bugging them with, please, can I get married? Yeah, bless my marriage. So it says to be a resting month. Another one also comes to you here. And the when in Rome, do what the Romans do, whether you believe it or not. Okay. So I don't know. I know what I'm going to that job because, we do need, I think, substantial things to come with it. So, you know how you say to a child, they will ask you why not. And you need to explain yourself. So, as we sit here, why not? Why should we not get married in November? What if I meet the love of my life on the first? Only in the 7 days, the Kurora, and after 28 years of mating for marriage. Let's take a listen to this one.
I'm sorry, Zimbabwe. Tinokwa Saimusi. Ininde tukambuya samakande kuchitungisa. Ndichida kukudzidzisai pamusoro pemwedzi wa November kana kuti wembudzi. Mwedzi wembudzi kuti vanhu tinge chitedzera chivanhu chedu nemazvo. Midzimu yose inoenda kuzororo. Yaenda kuzororo kudaro hakuna chatinokwanisa kunge tichiita. Vanhu havarorwe muna November. Vanasikana havatizire muna November. Zvinoera. Isi tinofanirwa kungoteedzera chivanhu ichochi kuti zvinhu zvedu zvifambe zvakanaka. Hatibike mapira muna November. Tinobika mapira kana December agara pakati pake. Ndipo tinotanga kubikawo mapira tichigamuchira vakuru vedu vanenge vadi vaenda kuzororo. Chakasaka kuti izvi zviitwe izvi gore rese vakuru vakaona kuti ndiwo mwedzi unokwanisa kuti chive chisi chedu isu vanhu vatema vemuno muZimbabwe. Saka tinofanira kuzviteedzera nemazvo kuti tigone kuita zvinhu zvinodiwa nevepasi. Vanasikana havarorwe muna November nekuda kwekuti nyange dai akaroorwa imba yacho haimire mwedzi wekuyera. Uyerwa uyu vakuru vekare ndivo vakaziva kuti ndiwo mwaka unokwanisa kunge tichiita chisi. Saka isi tinongoti vanhu wee mese mese mativi mana enyika teedzeraiwo zviri kutaurwa kuti musaroorwe muna November, musabike doro muna November, musabike ite zvese zvisikadiwe chisi zvechivanhu nokuti ukangoita zvisiri izvo hapana chinofamba usitanga kutuka midzimu kuti yakaipa. Asi ukateedzerawo zvinotaurwa izvi unotoagamuchirawo pakati paNovemba naDisemba, pakati kuti panogara mwedzi tobva tazokwanisa kuita zvese zvatinenge tida kuita. Tinobika udoro rekuagamuchira nekuti kuenda kwavanoita kuzororoko vanonogarawo matare votarisa kuti mwerana yavo yanga ichiitawo here zvinodiwa nevepasi. Kana usina kuteedzera zvinenge zvichitaurwa nevepasi hauna zvawaita. Uyezve unotozviziva kuti zvinezvi vaenda. Kana ari munhu anopoterwa anotodzoka nekudhova kuziva kuti midzimu hapasina. Kana vadzoka zvekare anotoonekwa nekudhova nekushamanyai kuti vadzoka. Izvo zvese zvinotoratidzika kana uri munhu anopoterwa kuti chivanhu chedu chifambe zvakanaka. Ndatenda.
Tinotina zvikuru. That was Mbuya Samakandi from Chitungwiza, a licensed traditional healer, explaining to us why we should keep the month of November sacred. Now, it becomes a conversation that many will laugh at when it comes to being married. Could maybe decide, oh, this is the time to do it, and the month of November said no. It's all within what you believe. I can count the number of times I've dangerously done that. Yeah. Talk to me. What do you think? 077-589-7897. Star FM, good morning. Checking out some sounds from Crayon. Laba Laba.
Many things we can do. I'm into you. Would you wire for you? Tonight I've been dancing at the pen away. You lava lava. Give me your hand and shoulder. To see shoulder get up. Blessings for your head up. You lava lava. Give me your hand and shoulder. But I know go get us. Better go look at us. You lava lava. Give me your hand and shoulder. To get up, blessings for your head up. You lava lava, give me your hand and shoulder. But I know go get us, better go look at us. And I'm like Vuvuzela, no one can do you better. You body fall for me, why now go shoddy. Love the energy tonight. Way good day my side, but now you day my mind. You don't show this now so good. Would you turn down for who? Would you robo? Many things we can do. Tori, I'm into you. Would you wire for you? Tonight I'll be dancing at the pen away. Yeah. You lava lava. Give me your hand and shoulder. To see shoulder get up. Blessings for your head up. You lava lava. Give me your hand and shoulder. But I know go get us. Better go look at us. You lava lava. Give me your hand and shoulder. To see shoulder get up. Blessings for your head up. You lava lava. Give me your hand and shoulder. But I know go get us. Better go look at us.
Checked out some sounds here coming through from Crayon with Lava Lava. 12 minutes before we get to 10 o'clock right here on Star FM, the weekend special, talking about the month of November being sacred. I don't know if you believe it, but if you do so, or if you've done it and then something happened to you, please do share with us. We'd love to hear from you if you believe that you should just keep the month of November sacred. And if it is from the 15th of October to the 15th of November, it is also just a full month. And listen, it's just a month altogether. It's like you just have to hold it for a little bit. Let's take a listen.
You see, Erica, zvinhu zvakaita semarodhi chichi zvinhu zvaiitwa kuti vana vadzidzi vasaite because ukabva kuti ukagara murodhi unotsikwa tunhu twakazongoiswa mutama modern time but izvo zana November ina anhu andizvibelieve but zvinhu zvakangobva ka but sometimes now it depends with you how strong is your faith, how strong is your belief. So you see this thing chinhu chagara chichitaura saka inside deep down it's behind your mind and it scares you even no matter you have that faith. So sometimes it's better not to mess with it because usually your belief, because which means uneka belief, because uneka fear, it means deep down uneka belief case in also. So why just don't mess with it and just skip it through. Won't wait on this also.
Hansi, don't mess with it. It's just, it's called a common rule when it's something that you're just supposed to all adhere to. Why not? Some Trevor Dongo featuring Takura here with Love Story. I'd love to hear your love story one day.
In that beginning of a love chapter, when my heart was falling for you, that my heart was calling your heart. Little did you know, you found yourself head over heels, yeah. Give me a pen, and I'ma write it down. I just wanna write a story, our love story. You a story. It's our love story. I just wanna write a story, our love story. You a story. It's our love story.
Love story. It's our love story. They don't know about our love story. It's our love story. I think you better cover for me. You better cover me. Cover me with your love and your blessing. Want your love and your blessing. You my girl, you my bestie. Teach me from the gods of patience. Yeah. Cause I made an investment. Way or the way, don't mess this. You know me, I don't like to guess things. Me want your loving and blessings. Yeah, I need you to love me better. I need you to hold me tighter. You love me, you won't regret that. Great that. Love got me drunk, I can see proper. But she's gon' lie my way. I've got some kush, baby, swing over. I just wanna write you a story, our love story. No matter what, I'll hold you closely. Our love story.
I just wanna write a story, our love story. You a story. It's our love story.
I just wanna write you a story, our love story. No matter what, I'll hold you closely.
I just wanna write a story, our love story. You a story. It's our love story.
Love story.
Our love.
The beautiful part about a story, especially if it's your love story, you are allowed to rewrite it as many times as you want. So, listen, if it's not working out the way that people said it won't, don't listen to them. Rewrite it. Do it your own way. 7 minutes before 10 o'clock. I love this one. This is why we share these things. I'm always taking in your thoughts. I love them. It says, my thoughts of November being mysterious is because I think that the elders saw that the rains had begun to intensify, especially with lightning. So they thought it's wise to just relax in November. Amana, sweet kind of many. Let's take a listen.
Hi Erica. Ninangu personally I don't believe in all those things. Kana uchidongoita zvinhu ingoita kana iri nguva yacho kuita zvinhu izvozvo. Kana waone mari kuroora ipapo chingondoroora. Wari kwakaroorwa muna January wakawanda wakatorambana. Wari kwakaroora muna August wakarambana. Saka kurambana doesn't mean waroora muna November. Zvinongoitika patori wamwe wakatochata muna November wandoziya. Unge zvizza 5 years wachiri kugara wese hawana kana kubvunza kuti mwakambodzokera kumba kwavo. Saka zvana November nacho ndizvo vanhu vanotedzerwa izvozvo zvechiwani izvozvo. Zvichivanhu takabva kudhara zvaitikonewa kudhara isusu takabvuta kuitawo zvechimanje manje.
Yeah, hey, anzi nokonongororwa muna January zvo zvanguzvonorambawo. Yeah, listen, I'm not going to dilute that one. 0775897897. Share with me, what do you think? Do you think that if you do anything in the month of November, such as getting married, what if you meet someone in November, are you allowed to ask them out?
It's the weekend special. Weekend special on Star FM.
Ndaikuda but ndakakuona muna November, saka I waited a little bit. What I know about summer and from September to December is that azvite kuti unge uri wega. But what can we do nazo manje? Checking out some talky vibes here with Lonely. Star FM, good morning.
Hello. I know that ndichiri kuguna kutita kana yangu vayekuta mukano kubilivisa ndiwarini ndichakuchira mazino ako akachenesa uchigona medzera sandimene kutsengesa ayo ndakutumira pikire mupeta bilo yako ingorieka mubuya usareketa anditsarambika ndiri lonely sama aiti lonely ndakawanza pane zvandadoda kutsanangura
Checked out here, Toki Vibes with Lonely. Imagine being so scared of the month of November being sacred that if you meet someone who could potentially be the love of your life, in November you decide, I can't be with them, I can't ask them out because it's November. Yeah, I don't know. Yay. It's deeper than rap music is all I'm going to say. Programming is very important. Programming your mind. So whenever I land into Monday and I'm trying not to feel the Monday blues, I remind myself to live life so easy, like it's a Sunday morning. And it works out so perfectly for me because you know what's okay foot. Because Sunday we're going to
get ready, my brother.
Tone it down a little, girl.
Ready, my brother. I know you are.
Taking us to the news is Lionel Richie featuring Life Jenny. Easy like a Sunday morning.
Wow.
Indeed.
Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow. Seems to me, girl, you know I done all I can. Wow, come on now. See a big store that I borrowed. Yeah, ooh, that's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning.
On me, say yeah. I paid my dues to make it. Everybody wants me to be who they want me to be.
I hear you talking right here, Thomas.
I'm not happy when I try to fake it. Whoa, oh, yeah, yeah. Try me easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning.
Easy like Sunday morning, yeah. So I'm easy, yeah.
tell you this if you like. You could make this a soothing anthem. So whenever you feel like you're pacing a little bit too much, take it easy. Enormously grateful for the time you spend with me. You and I for the next 2 hours are together. And on Friends of the Show, we're talking to Pauline. So make sure you do not touch that dial. Right now it is 10 o'clock on Star FM. It is time for the news.
This is Zim Paper's Radio Broadcasting News.
Good morning, I'm Lastwed Musekiwa. Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe RBZ Governor Dr. John Mangunjwa says the central bank is set to release 4,500 small gold coins on Tuesday as government strengthens measures to stabilize the local currency to curb inflation. In an interview, Dr. Mangunjwa said introduction of the first gold coins significantly contributed to taming inflation, prompting authorities to introduce smaller denominations that will further stabilize the economy. The smallest coin will be 1/10 of an ounce and will be sold in both local currency and United States dollars at a price based on the prevailing international price of gold, plus 5% to cover the cost of production and distribution. Information Publicity and Broadcasting Services Minister Monica Mchangwa has implored youths to desist from drug abuse and contribute to national development through hard work and discipline. Officiating at the third edition of the Tinmark Foundation Sports Tournament held at Goto High School in Wedza yesterday, the minister applauded Youth, Arts, Sport and Culture Deputy Minister Tinomuda Machakaire for bankrolling the tournament. She added that the growing economy presents numerous opportunities for young people, and the sports tournament is part of efforts to address physical, interpersonal and social well-being of Zimbabweans. Teams from Mashonaland East, Mashonaland West, Mashonaland Central, Midlands and Manicaland provinces competed in different sporting disciplines, including soccer, netball, volleyball, cycling, pool, darts and draft. The preliminary report of the delimitation exercise by the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission ZEC in Bulawayo shows the city will not get or lose any constituencies or wards. According to the initial provincial report compiled by Bulawayo District Elections Officer Ntando Gumede, the province, which has 12 seats in the National Assembly and 29 wards, will not have any additional seats or wards. The Bulawayo City Council was pushing for an additional 6 wards to be incorporated into the city during the delimitation exercise, which would have seen a number of areas that fall under Umguza constituency being incorporated into the city. However, the report shows that current figures will be maintained, but the boundaries will be reconfigured, with each constituency having an average of 22,000 registered voters. In regional news, Kenya Airways has warned its striking pilots they could be dismissed if they do not return to work immediately, as industrial action led to the cancellation of dozens of flights and left thousands of passengers stranded. The pilots at one of Africa's largest carriers downed tools yesterday, affecting business and leisure travelers at one of Africa's most important aviation hubs. The pilots are striking over a dispute on pensions contributions and settlement of deferred payments. And that's it for this hour. I am Lastwed Musekiwa. Stay with us.
Summer Reloaded on Star FM. Star FM, sounding good all the time. It's the Weekend Special. Weekend Special on Star FM.
Yes, kumnandi lapho ngizenjela abantwana benga kabraba nayo Love of Myself Official Xavier, and you are listening to Erica on Star FM. Kumnandi la.
put in my heart for lockdown, oh lockdown. Girl, you sweet life, phantom, phantom. If I tell you say I love you, you know they for me young girl, oh young girl. No tell me no, 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 oh, 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 oh. Baby, gon' give me your lo, 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 oh, 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 oh. You got me like whoa, 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 whoa. Shawty gon' give me your lo, 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 oh, 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 oh. I see this fine girl from my party, she wear yellow. Every other girl they do too much, but this girl mellow. Now in my fine situation, I go use they tell I'm mellow. Finally I find way to talk to the girl, but she ain't no one follow. Who you gonna phone for one? When you know I come for one, then I start to feel a bum bum one. But she dey give me small small one. I know say she's a bit pass it down one one. But she feeling insecure, cause her friends could they come my light ring go on. Could they come my light ring go on.
Yeah, I know we look shy, but for you I get down low. And my hips make you cry when I'm moving around you. Do it once, do it twice. I push back, you hold me tight. Get a taste for a night. Baby, show me you can calm down, calm down. Dance with me and take the lead now, lead now. Got you so high that you can't come down, come down. Don't you ask, you know you're allowed, allowed. When it's you, I can't say no. Baby, give me low. You got me like Shawty gon' give me a lo, 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 lo.
As I reach my house, I see me got a small wall. As me I wake up, now she did my mind don't walk. Day one, day two, one of you folk go us. Now so me I go down, see me feeling go walk.
Got my hand on your heart now, I can feel it race. If I leave, then you say you can never love again. Wanna give you it all, but can't promise that I'll stay. And that's a risk you take.
Baby, calm down, calm down. Yo, this your body, it puts in my heart for lockdown, oh lockdown. Yo, you sweet life, phantom, phantom. If I tell you say I love you, you know they for me young girl, oh young girl. No, tell me no, 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 oh, 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 oh. Baby, come give me your lo, 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 lo.
Star FM, the biggest urban radio station in the nation. And we're just getting started.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Stay tuned to your number one urban radio station, Star FM. Sounding good all the time. It's the weekend special. Weekend special on Star FM.
But yes, kumnandi lapho ngize njalo abantwana benga kabraba nayo Love of Myself official Xavier, and you are listening to Erica on Star FM. Kumnandi la.
Yo, Fidal, Kilati, Nasigune party, Fonera Boskai, Papinde, Party, Tageza, Darama, Wanatanga, Munueza Jambata, Mafaro Tanga, Sakachingo of the Gutimugudi. Sagati charara pamba Jokutukana jombosia Kana kutamba zilanchada Oh, oh, oh Yoda kushika mauseni Oh, oh, oh Yoda kushika mauseni Ngati ungane DJ Tukuda party after party Osandi pariro kunze Ujeni kwangu ikarati Saka baby wangu nichuse Ikweze Dege mashanga Kana shaunu dandikuze Nikupe Nazito uranga Tewa kuda kumbofara Saka ticharara pamba Jokutukana tombosia Kana kutamba zilanchada Oh, oh, oh Yoda kushika mauseni Oh, oh, oh kusvika mafukakoka veukama bese toada tinoda kumbofara madiro sanozviziva kufara tokuda tinoda kumbotamba madiro tinenge tatoboka padeni saka kumbonotiona makuseni nyangwe tikatukwa ameno ndinongoda ndazviita tekuda kumbofara saka ticharara pamba zvekutukana tombosiya kana kutambadziva nchada toda kusvika makuseni toda kusvika makuseni ngatiungane tidye tokuda pati after party musandifariro kunze udzini kwangu ikarati saka bebe wangu nichuze ndikwedze ndege mashanga kana shaunoda ndiudze ndikupe nhasi touranga tekuda kumbofara saka ticharara pamba zvekutukana tombosiya kana kutambadziva nchada toda kusvika makuseni toda kusvika makuseni tageza kudara mawane atanga munhu wese tamubata mafaro atanga saka chingowabvunza kuti mukudei saka bebe wangu nichuze ndikwedze ndege mashanga kana shaunoda ndiudze ndikupe nhasi touranga tekuda kumbofara saka ticharara pamba zvekutukana tombosiya kana kutambadziva nchada toda kusvika makuseni.
Checked out some sounds here from Kila T with Toda Kushika Makseni. Listen, if you own your truth, nobody can use it against you. I've been seeing a lot of posts on Facebook saying, hey, Kila T, and everything. But he says it by himself. If you own your truth, nobody can use it against you. I also checked out some sounds from Rema featuring Selena Gomez. That is a remix of Calm Down as we landed into the second hour of the weekend special. My name is Erica Ndoro right here on Star FM. Thank you so much for making us your station of choice, and I'm enormously grateful for the time that you choose to spend with me down until 12 o'clock. It's you and I. Please do make sure that you talk to me on the WhatsApp platform. That's on 0775897897. And also, you can check us across those social media platforms. That's at Erica Ndoro at the weekend special, at StarFM_ZW. Yeah? How's your morning? Are you just waking up? Talk to me. What are you getting up to today? You know, when it's gloomy Sundays like it is here in Harare, even when we're out, so straight from work, straight into bed. What's your Sunday looking like? Are you at work? I do see some are on their way to church. It is always a good thing to start off like that, starting off your Sunday like that. Gonna check out some sounds here from Feli Nandi Ndona Iwewe. 10:30 we have friends of the show talking to Pauline. Don't
pari pachaunga ndona iwe nditatarike sei ndotsorwa newe pavari varisana ndona iwe kana pari pachaunga ndona iwe nditatarike sei ndotsorwa newe ndiwe 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 ndiwe
Felinandi here with Ndinona Iwewe. 15 minutes past 10 o'clock. It is a weekend special on Star FM. There's so much to write home about when you tune in to the number one station in the nation, that's at Star FM, talking about things like this.
Ini ndinonzi kuda kwashe Take Money Chiwandire. Ndini ndakawina title yangu ya WBC Super Bantamweight World title. This coming Sunday muswa 6 November pa Fly on the Wall. Ndine interview ya ndinayona Ayati nenguva za 2:30 p.m. So tobatana ipapo pa Star FM, sounding good all the times.
Don't say I didn't tell you. It is Star FM, the weekend special. Good morning. Checking out some sounds from Herman Watanga Foot. Herman here with Watanga Futi. I love it when you come and you share with me, everything. I have one here you didn't sign up for. It says, Erica Rica Ndoro porridge. You just took me way back. Growing up, kusasirwa porridge. I used to like kusirwa porridge. And if I woke up and the porridge was finished, heartbreak doesn't even come close to that. So I'm with you. I feel you. amana ningwanya sutu chera ndorara imagine porridge rakura uda udira mukaka chichi over muka. Yeah, I get you. We do have the event at 11:30. So if you want to share your events like this, you're more than welcome to do so. That's why we do this.
It's warm summer beats all the way on Star FM. Star FM, sounding good all the time.
Simplex music.
Just,
You can't take away what God gave someone. Can you?
Asi Mwari vanotura mtoro, nhasi vanoti yakukura musoro. Makuru wani vakakusvika wani, madoko wani variko vari nani, manamba wani ndiwo machambiani. Simblesi tombopinda pakwani, itarenda haripere sekudaro. Chipo, chipo, chipo chinopera zvakadaro. Sipo, sipo, itarenda haripere sekudaro. Chipo, chipo, chipo chinopera zvakadaro. Sipo, sipo, siyari kudo zinoshanda. Mafansi ngoma ndo anotamba. Kudisa tsiki makutadza kutamba. Tsiki yaimba mafansi achitamba. Umkulu wedu tose. Unoziva sikinari anoimba chose. Saka reka tipinde tomboimba tose. Osikinari mambo dairawo mose. Itarenda haripere sekudaro. Chipo, chipo, chipo chinopera zvakadaro. Sipo, sipo, itarenda haripere sekudaro. Chipo, chipo, chipo chinopera zvakadaro. Sipo, sipo, ndinovarwadza zvinokumatadza. Handina chitema ndachandakatadza. Kututungwiza motobvunza kunatadza. Mukangoreka vanofamba vachikanza. Ingoma handiimbe zvekushuma. Kune wadenga ziso rinongozuma. Chikangonetsa uya mukondibvunza. Silent killer vachosa. Itarenda haripere sekudaro. Chipo, chipo, chipo chinopera zvakadaro. Sipo, sipo, itarenda haripere sekudaro. Chipo, chipo, chipo chinopera zvakadaro. Sipo, sipo, chainonzi aite zvine musoro. Haangatombotipedze chikoro. Asi Mwari vanotura mtoro, nhasi vanoti yakukura musoro. Makuru wani vakakusvika wani, madoko wani variko vari nani, manamba wani ndiwo machambiani. Simblesi tombopinda pakwani, itarenda haripere sekudaro. Chipo, chipo, chipo chinopera zvakadaro. Sipo, sipo, itarenda haripere sekudaro. Chipo, chipo, chipo chinopera zvakadaro. Sipo, sipo, itarenda haripere sekudaro. Chipo, sipo, chipo chinopera zvakadaro. Sipo, sipo, itarenda haripere sekudaro. Chipo, sipo, chipo chinopera zvakadaro. Sipo, sipo.
Exciting. Exceptional. Star FM at 10. Hashtag Extreme Radio. It's the weekend special. Weekend special on Star FM.
But yes, kumnandi lapho ngizenjela abantwana benga kabraba naye love of my soul official Xavier, and you are listening to Erica on Star FM. Kumnandi la.
Showing you having a clear Kalashian boy. Mugaratia chero mukaedza kundisvibisa ndichibva muchidhipisa kuudza vanhu zvakaipa kuti mugondivenga makawandisa kuplana kundisvimbisa kuita unhu hwemapurisa zvekuda kungoridza vamwe vanhu tasvika uku ndiko kufarisa takuita sehoshwa musauti tichakujambai patinoronga raundi ndekwawo dziana rure vanoreruka muraundi ndiri mukuru kunge faunda wesaundi seko rangu taiti rine mabhauti ndekwawo alanikitiri mudenga kwete ground wandishaisa hope sematsikirira kutonditsikirira kuda kudzikisira mumunda mangu wamugase vachapanaiwa kanganai navo kusvika vatsukira pavachanzwa ndichirira vachandidaira chaimba naye masongo yemanaira vachandidaira mugaratiya musati mamuziva wese achangomuziva chati chodambura ngoma munoda zvinende kupi kana mukoma chipiti ariye anondibatira ngoma zvakanyoro zvakadaro zvichagara zvakadaro kuti pachinoputika mochiona kuti chigotana asi mukomana murume kuita seuyu ndimukoma tichakujambari patinoronga raundi ndiye kwawo diana rure vanoreruka muraundi ndiri mukuru kunge faunda wesaundi seko rangu taiti rine mabhaundi ndiye kwawo alanikiti iri mudenga kwete ground moyo yavo yakashata ndomadikinya vanobaya next ndikanzi ndarira havana kutaurwa mubhaibheri but ndinofunga kuti ndivo vana vaterira ndichaimba kuworld cup kunge shakira handitambe nemashoko kuita chikinya ndikuvatrikinya vanoramba kundiziva nchivapikisa ndakachinja zita kuita mungaratiya ini ndakavaudza itai vagondiziva bet energy yakafanana netsvina vanochera mugomo zvandaronga vosvira kubuda panze ndinenge ndatosvira kusangana nenyoka zvese nemagorila panze pane energy yevanhu yakasviba vanokutara laiti kuti uone rima takuita sehoshwa musauti tichakujambari patinoronga raundi ndiye kwawo diana rure vanoreruka muraundi ndiri mukuru kunge faunda wesaundi seko rangu taiti rine mabhaundi ndiye kwawo alanikiti iri mudenga kwete ground
Hung out with him 2 weeks ago on Friends of the Show. His name is Mugaratia. Listen, this is a tune. You know, lyrical content always goes such a long way. What's happening on your end? 0775897897. Says one here, 2 things made me not go to church today. The weather and you. I can't get out of bed. I'm listening to the radio. It's always such a good combination. Try blankets, food, and good music. You could add a glass of wine to it if you like.
You're listening to Erica on Star FM.
You're all good to go?
Sounding good all the time.
I read a post that was quite interesting last week. It says, careful what you post on social media, especially when you're posting personal things, you know, like children, relationships, your partner, your house. You know, people are no longer as kind-hearted as we've known, you know, people to be. There are people who are now doing incantations when they're looking at your pictures. I don't know, what's your take on that, on posting children and your family and your house on social media? What is your take on that? We do have some people who think it's such a personal space. Kuti vada kukuita zvakashata vanogona kuita zvakashata because, you know, they just go on your social media page and they see kuti this is your child, and you know, they can just do a lot of things. I know of a situation where someone had qualms with someone and they decided to settle it by going to attack their child at school, only because they had posted their child's, that person knew what their child looks like, which school their child goes to. I do see some people who post school runs, so you can tell which school the child goes to at what time. I don't know, there's just so much we're putting on social media, and I'd like to hear from you. Do you at all care what you put on social media, and do you ever think about what it can do to you or your loved ones? You know, if someone doesn't like you, they can attack your loved ones because you posted them. It's a conversation to be heard and heard. I'd love to hear from you. 0775897897. What's your take on posting personal things on social media? When it comes to my social media, you're definitely going to see what I want you to see, never the personal stuff. Ooh, this song takes me back to the 2000s, and it would wait for a TV program, that a music chart show actually. Come on, William Tate, so 90s baby, shout out.
Ndinokatya madzwai nezvaveko mazuva ano kuona vana vorasa tsika dzavo chingave chii zvimwe ndo pasi parowa nenyundo asi chiko kutora tsika dzevamwe dzavo mudondotsve. Yes, sorry, the day will come when everyone will be proud of their natural beauty. I am an African warrior who needs a true Bantu woman. Ndinoda wangu wekumaruzeva handingawane wemudhorobha nditsvakireiwo wekumapanya handidi mnoza kana satsika. Tete ndokunzirai murora kuti dzinzari kure murora akabva kuva dzokai vana vefu. I've been searching for too long for this African woman. Hatiti zambringwa munye gondo muhoko shondo mondove ayayayaya shondo mondove ayayayaya. Ndinoda wangu wekumaruzeva handingawane wemudhorobha nditsvakireiwo wekumapanya handidi mnoza kana satsika. Ndinoda wangu wekumaruzeva handingawane wemudhorobha nditsvakireiwo wekumapanya handidi mnoza kana satsika. Manos, adedemboka. Unokufunga kuzita self-denial kutora tsika dzevamwe iwe woti une style kwete bodono ndaramba zvemanos amskano mapanya ane tsika dziri straight uno bleach skin or use no hair chemical kwata mdzongo nyama wakazodzwa dowi anilava chido chemwoyo my sweet darling kwete bodono ndaramba zvemanos. Ndinoda wangu wekuruzeva
reigniting the old flames, yeah, some old school here from William Tite and Ndinoda Wangu. Absolutely loved it. Talking about just posting personal things on social media. What's your take on that? How do you feel about that? Posting your children, your house. No, I still post that we know what color pots you have, the stove you have, when you had it, why you had it, where it came from. And no judgment there. It's just how safe do you feel posting personal things on social media? Maybe to pose the question like that. How safe do you feel posting personal things on social media? One says here, Erica, I no longer post personal stuff. Do you know we come from broken, toxic families? I decided to live my own life. And depending on English, social media. But in real life, they don't. If I post a baby, and wanna chaga through my friends, if I post a car in plane, kunevari evil kunze uku unotorerwa mafoto akaendwa nawo kunganga. This is my D from Warren Park 1. Yeah, not going to dilute that. I want you to share with me. We're going to land into friends of the show talking to Pauline this morning. So please do make sure that you do stand by, and we will continue talking about how you feel about posting personal things on social media. Checking out some sounds here. It's over.
Yeah. Baba. Sometimes I want high all night. Some nights I wonder sober. Baby, make you no go ja. Everything when they tell you na bula. Baby, girl, me I swear I can't lie. No be your beauty, bring me closer. You there for me where no nasa. Anytime I call you, they answer. Informer, I no go do you Casanova. If you leave my own, it's over. Only me and you, my baby. Informer, don't let the emotions take over. Don't tell me our teen is over. See, I go burn very hot like fire. One hotter than fire. Fire, love like fire. Love for the body. See, I go burn very hot like fire. No let them confuse you. Manya, we never gonna let you go. If you see they go jack by you, informer. See they want to make you pack and go. Arabanku, they hear them talk. If you hear them, they go run their mouth. Run their smelling mouth. Jealousy, oh. Jealousy, oh. Why a man want to make another man for him? Them jealousy, that I'm deep in love. Why you want put sand for my galley? Why you want put sand, Jojo? Informer, I no go do you Casanova. If you leave my own, it's over. Only me and you, my baby. Informer, don't let the emotions take over. Don't tell me our teen is over.
Checked out some sounds here coming through from Celebobo featuring Techno with Over. It is time for us to talk to our friend on the show. This morning we've got Pauline, and you may know her as the Mafreak Sensation, yeah? And she is in studio, and we are going to be catching up with her. If you've got any questions for her, please do make sure you come through with them on the WhatsApp platform. That's on 0775897897. Now, I don't think there could ever be a perfect combination like this one. She's got a new one with Talkie Vibrant. This one is titled Track. It's titled Work. Listen to the track and let me know what you think of the song.
Well. Then they go. In it down, in it. See me up, work. Now go on a jet leg. If I go eat a jet, visionary, and this is fake. Me I go work. Me I go work. Do the night. Plain beats made it. See me up, work. Now go on a jet leg. If I go eat a jet, visionary, and this is fake. Top. Atitambe ne basari tori chopu. Bedu tansi arina flopu. Todi wane mopu. Atitambe ne basa. Atitambe pabasa. Masasi eku masasa. Ayisi sasai. Inengeri fly. My sky. Ukani makusani chingo kuchanga. Masikati madekwani. Unogonditaka. Nasema zima na rudo bakaka. Takayenda. Paulini we uri mumwe wangu. Hatiskumira. Tiri tu. Shine bright
I do say so myself. This combination, I mean, she did mention that hopefully we're going to be seeing visuals soon, but in my head, welcome to friends of the show, Pauline.
Hi, Erica. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Energy, 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 energy. Listen, you've been a music sensation since 2003, and I was just mentioning when I played this particular song, I don't know if it, you've been in the industry since 2003, so obviously songs like this one ought to make you remember the times I was speaking of I Am As Well.
Yeah, okay, first things first, I just want to say it was a dream come true for me to work with Toki Vibes ever since he came onto the scene. From one musician to another, it's hard to impress me. I'm not easily impressed.
So you were impressed by his music before?
But from day one when I heard song Ekuti Toki Usandi Kangani, I was like, this person is onto something. So strangely, like it's been maybe 10 or so years since then. And then here we were actually in the studio together, recorded the song, shooting the video now, and I love the song. We played around with the concept here, Rihanna, and we're both fans of Rihanna as well. So for me, it felt like this is where we are taking it from those days of urban grooves. Now we've got cross-genre collaborations that are also sampling an international artist. It looks like we're going for the big stage.
Like I did say, we did speak off air, but I'm waiting for the visuals. I do hope that Chibata needs a listen. Got no doubt, man. We've been watching your visuals since, like I did say, the early 2000s. So I'd skumbo doubt something hot there. Listen, welcome to this whole scene where we literally tap into your life, yes? Okay. I did my research. I don't know, we can call it stalking. So I think it's right to bring this to light, as we've just also exited the month of October, which is a major cancer awareness month where we pay homage to those that to cancer survivors and the like. Yeah. I do understand you did produce a cancer awareness song with Maskiri and Muzimba. How did you come to that?
Well, as a lot of people would know, apart from being a musician, I'm a busybody about humanitarian issues, and health is a big thing. One of the biggest challenges that we faced when I was working in the cancer field, it was really sad to see that there's not much that people actually understand or know about cancer. People say kuroiwa, people always come up with weird things that are so far from the truth. And then also it's a condition really expensive to manage. And a lot of lives are lost because of that lack of resources, and people don't get to have that peaceful transition into the afterlife because they're in a lot of pain. They can't afford an morphine and things like that. So and as much as I did enjoy, putting in my 2 cents as an artist, I would have loved for us to actually go further and try to get money flowing into oncology and the study of cancer, the development of treatments, even like some of these herbs. Some of them were introduced too soon before people were ready for them. And some people actually relapsed and digressed in a condition. But I do believe kuti herbal herbal treatments will help. But hakuna mari kufanda research. And some people cannot afford to get, treatment for cancer. But it's not to say don't get screened, don't get tested. We talked about this on Pink Diaries. You know Pink Diaries?
Yes,
I did.
That's I did see that on ZTN,
yes, ladies program, where we actually went into the whole issue of breast cancer, and none of us on set had actually been screened. We all had the same fears because we're women in our middle ages, and maybe some of us, my lifestyles, drinking, smoking, things like that. When you now are asked to go and face up with this truth, it's not easy, and you do not know what those results will bring. And they say kuti your psychological state, so it's really something that tichiri kure nema breakthroughs edu. I think it's like pakatanga AIDS vanachiramba kutestwa paipa ndokwatiri with cancer, but we're not stopping. We keep on pushing forward.
You did mention that you're very big on humanitarian, pushes. You also were a part of the No to Abuse tour, and I hate to dwell on this one, but also in 2019 you had an issue where you had a case where you had accused someone of fondling you without your consent.
Yes.
And I would like to ask you while we are there, what do you have to say or to someone who's in the industry, or to a woman who is in the industry, or to the girl child that's in the industry about sexual abuse in the entertainment industry? Perhaps it comes with the yearn of an opportunity. So then you end up having to ignore certain things that you shouldn't ignore because you want to go pamberi, as to say.
I'm gonna go straight for the jugular vein. I've right now just gotten into a partnership where I'm opening a studio, and the main thrust behind that studio is for us to provide a safe space for artists, all artists, but with focus on the girl child and on the youth. On the girl child, for obvious reasons that you are saying, because there's so much manipulation, sexual manipulation out there, and you might have to find yourself compromising. I do not advise it, but people who compromise to try to lessen the burden, that a difficult journey for an artist when you don't have resources and the like. So one of our main thrusts as a studio, it's called Afrotonic Sound, is to provide that safe space for the girl child, and then also just in general for the youth. A lot of artists are on drugs and substances. I see, it's maybe one or two that you've heard of or seen. But it's like, I wonder. I'm a survivor, although you're never really out of the woods. I'm a recovering alcoholic. Some days are good, some days are bad. But it's been a journey. And if I didn't have a support system, I might not be sitting here right now, blossoming and full of life. I was on a very downward spiral. So we also want to use that studio to provide opportunities for people to develop themselves and to be in a positive space. Fine, maybe I'll go but we'll give you a chance. We'll hear you out. You don't have to pay certain things. We're trying to endorse the space to be accessible to everybody, and with particular focus on young women and on the youth. So we've done a song on substance abuse. I'm sure that's the song we're going to play next.
Yes, of course.
Now, before maybe we can talk about that a bit later on.
Before we land into the next song, I will digress a little bit. You've been in the industry since 2003, like we did note, and we've seen a lot of other sensations coming in and go. And where do you stand, or how do you see yourself, and how do you actually just, without being shaken by the new artists that come? Maybe you're thinking, but and at the time that you were reigning, you were really reigning, and then you've come back into the scene hot now. But what was going on with you? You did mention a downward spiral.
Yes, definitely. Gosh, I think I fell off my throne with my divorce, when it was in separation mode after we had Little Sky, and I think it was just a lot of the pressure of being a young parent and an artist, and not really having the support system, like with family. They didn't understand my profession and things like that. And then even like when the personal problems set in, I didn't have a support system. So I think this is when my downward spiral began. I tried to stay afloat in the music, but the media was not helping me because there were so many. Even if I present myself to do a performance, I would be bombarded with just my offside about my ex-husband, about my family situation, to a point where I didn't want to be in public anymore. So I intentionally removed myself.
Could I talk a lot more about that, what the public can do to you? We were talking about
cyberbullying.
It's a lot, man. People don't understand. But I'm going to take a listen to Pauline featuring T-Gons. This is Jandino Shiwira. You did highlight that it's going to add to...
This is not the song for the sub.
You don't want this one with Daza D?
Yes, let's do the one with Daza D and Fuzzy Al. This is the first song of my EP, which is coming out right now. So this is everyone hearing the EP for the first time.
Absolutely
it's a
lovely.
Song called It's Never Too Late.
Let's check it out. It is Star FM. If you're just tuning in, talking to Pauline. She is from the Mafrik Sensation. She is live in studio. You can ask questions 0775-897-897. We're going to check this one out. It's Pauline featuring Dada D and Fuzzy L.
Well, it's another one. much stronger than the last one.
Kuchikoro aiwachisa upenyu wake waibadisa asi chiko chakuitika yangova turn up to love fly high till the sun comes up try and try but you can't give up one more but it's not enough oh she not that no oh she not that no she not nikanganisa she not nikanganisa oh, she not that guy. Oh, she not that guy. She not the kanganisa. It's never too late. It's never too late to make the change that you wanna see. She not tanganesu. She not tanganesu. The way we've got to be free. What you drinking, smoking proud? You're floating on a fake cloud. Hoping you go west away. Life gon' pass you every day. Don't touch it, don't light it, don't smoke it, don't drink it. You not need it, my youth, yes you can do it. Don't touch it, don't light it, don't smoke it, don't drink it. You not need it, my youth, yes you can do it. Bigger, every day, you'll waste away. Every day, you'll waste away. Every day, you'll waste away. Every day, it's never too late. It's never too late to make the change that you wanna see. Shinatanganesu, shinatanganesu, the way you've got to be free.
That one and him, you see the youths. Them a get mixed up in a bunch of dirty business. It no cute. Poisonous and deadly substances and no drug abuse. Oi, so that a man a go me one stage for the cause and the road. Hey, in a pretty see the drug lots them bloat. Yo, some say you must be a pressure. Whoa, confusion and life pressure. And when me check it out, that a no matter. Back I want a man out here and I say kuita. But listen, let me tell you this. Drugs are no good. Drugs are make you do what it and come back feel it feel. Drugs are go kill. Drugs are not go heal. That to make you look old and chopped and grill.
Checked out this one, Pauline, featuring Dada D here and Fuzzy L. It's a track titled Never Too Late. Apologies for the minor glitches in the matrix there. Listen, Pauline, I know that people do think mostly in pictures, yeah?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's in highlighted words, and that comes in music. So absolutely love the fact that you decided to just drive drug awareness in a song, because it's different from reading something. And you also did speak about how you said you trying to bounce off of alcohol addiction, or you've absolutely left. Listen, I'm with you there. So
I don't try.
Yeah.
I do. It then becomes a matter of how well am I doing? But I do. There's been a huge change. I think even like socially, there were certain places I was very known to hang out, and it was in the wrong circles, and with the wrong people doing the wrong thing. I don't think I'm still, part and parcel of those places or certain people. I've learned to just live my life for me. I'm also in a very healthy relationship where I think that's my drug at the moment, so I don't need anything else.
Oh man,
and also
so sweet.
It's not just me. Look, you've got people out there who want to help, but access, yeah, actually, like when I did the court case, for instance, I had a psychologist throughout that, Ningi. At some point, she's emotionally not doing well. So ndakatopiwa a psychologist who I still refer to whenever I've got issues.
What's your take on people who, it's not very popular to go into our space and speak of, I was at my psychologist. A lot of people look at me weird when I say that. I had a whole conversation with my boyfriend the other day where I told him I've got PTSD from something else, and he laughed and he says, "You and I said it's actually real things. How have you taken that reception where you say I was at my psychologist to people?
I feel really lucky. I'm so blessed to have had that access because for them to refer me, ndanganda ku collapse and ndiri mu court. The pressure was too much and I couldn't feel my legs and I had to be carried out, and then it was recommended for some mental health care, and this is when I actually had my eyes opened to my mental health issues. I'm one of them and I've got access. Let's try to put that access on the surface. You can actually go to Allied Health and find a counselor. You can go Kwakati, and you know what I mean, even like our church's family learn how to talk each other out of situations. My suicides are Rwanda. I've just lost a childhood friend of mine last week, Anonzimonya, rest in peace. He killed himself over some marital issues or something like that, so I heard. Saka, if there were more psychologists, I think we would have less of these detriments happening around us.
Absolutely lovely. Thank you so much for being a friend on our show. And as the uniform to this show, we literally just sit down and have conversations like friends, and it's been much like that. How do you catch up with you?
Okay, if you want to talk to my Skype personally, you can come through on my Facebook page. I've got an artist page, which is Pauline in capital letters. And then I've got a more family-based page, which is Pauline Gundiza.
Absolutely lovely.
And then Instagram is Pauline Gundiza, one word, small letters. Twitter, it's Pauline_my_sky.
Lovely, man. Hope to hear some more from you. Looking forward to visuals to the song Work. And once again, thank you so much. Gonna take steps back into the days where we first heard her soothing voice. This is Mafreak. Listen out for her voice. Her name is Pauline. Thank you so much for doing Friends of the Show with me this morning. Star FM.
Apana musha usinavavakidzani, pose pose mudati netsani, moyo yenyu hainyari, inofara pose patotadza, singave shanje here dzakugara, iwe usafare nenine wangu. Ingave rudo here vakutora, iwe usafare nenine wangu.
Taura chizere zere hamunyari, yebera kusekera mumoyo hamufari, unoti naira sina worugare, barambana museka munyari. Taura chizere zere hamunyari, yebera kusekera mumoyo hamufari, unoti naira sina worugare, barambana museka munyari. Chikondero, shiri yakapiwa mapapiro, anzima kakatuka, samuka kuruka, kuiniwe toka ndomanya noine piko. Siya saure ya bamderekeza miromo haizaririzi. Siya saure, muno wanofane kurowa harapara. Tina chiziri, yabera kusekera mumoyo hamufari, munoti naira sina worugare, barambana museka munyari. Taura chizewe zere hamunyari, yabera kusekera mumoyo hamufari, munoti naira sina worugare, barambana museka munyari.
Nasi vadanana, mangwana varambana, chenjerai kunyara makuzoona vakuchata, tamba vachifara vachiseka vachisasana, makuda kuziva mhiko dzavo dzavakapanana, mukomana nemusikana kwavakasangana manga musipo, musikana paakaudza mukomana zita ndonzi chipo, mukomana chimutarisa chinyemura ndonzi tindo, makuita mwe mamuripo mese mese hamunyare.
Chizere zere hamunyari, yebera kusekera mumoyo hamufari, munoti naira sina worugare, barambana museka munyari. Taura chizewe zere hamunyari, yebera kusekera mumoyo hamufari.
timeless music. You can listen to it this year, next year. Probably need to just, get the 2000s involved ones. We sort cinema CD checked out some sounds from a freak. They had Pauline and friends of the show. It is 11 o'clock right here on Star FM, the number one station. It is time for the news.
This is Zimpaper's Radio Broadcasting News.
Good morning, I'm Lostwed Musekiwa. Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe RBZ Governor Dr. John Mangunjwa says the central bank is set to release 4,500 small gold coins on Tuesday as government strengthens measures to stabilize the local currency to curb inflation. In an interview, Dr. Mangunjwa said introduction of the first gold coins significantly contributed to taming inflation, prompting authorities to introduce smaller denominations that will further stabilize the economy. The smallest coin will be 1/10 of an ounce and will be sold in both local currency and United States dollars at a price based on the prevailing international price of gold, plus 5% to cover the cost of production and distribution. Information Publicity and Broadcasting Services Minister Monica Mchangwa has implored youths to desist from drug abuse and contribute to national development through hard work and discipline. Officiating at the third edition of the Tinmark Foundation Sports Tournament held at Goto High School in MWEDZI yesterday, the minister applauded Youth, Sport, Arts and Recreation Deputy Minister Tinomuda Machakaire for bankrolling the tournament. She added that the growing economy presents numerous opportunities for young people, and the sports tournament is part of efforts to address physical, interpersonal and social well-being of Zimbabweans. Teams from Mashonaland East, Mashonaland West, Mashonaland Central, Midlands and Manicaland provinces competed in different sporting disciplines including soccer, netball, volleyball, cycling, pool, darts and draft. The preliminary report of the delimitation exercise by the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission ZEC in Bulawayo shows the city will not get or lose any constituencies or wards. According to the initial provincial report compiled by Bulawayo District Elections Officer Ntando Gumede, the province, which has 12 seats in the National Assembly and 29 wards, will not have any additional seats or wards. The Bulawayo City Council was pushing for an additional 6 wards to be incorporated into the city during the delimitation exercise, which would have seen a number of areas that fall under Umguza constituency being incorporated into the city. However, the report shows that current figures will be maintained, but the boundaries will be reconfigured, with each constituency having an average of 22,000 registered voters. In regional news, Kenya Airways has warned its striking pilots they could be dismissed if they do not return to work immediately, as industrial action led to the cancellation of dozens of flights and left thousands of passengers stranded. The pilots at one of Africa's largest carriers downed tools yesterday, affecting business and leisure travelers at one of Africa's most important aviation hubs. The pilots are striking over a dispute on pensions, contributions, and settlement of deferred payments. And that's the news at 11. I'm Lastwed Musekiwa. Join us for Shona and Debele News in our next bulletin. Stay with us.
The National Development Strategy, NDS1, 2021 to 2025. The main objectives of TSP was stabilizing the economy and creating a solid foundation for the medium-term plans, namely NDS1 and NDS2. Notable progress has been made in the implementation of the TSP, including fiscal consolidation and exchange rate stability, and a number of achievements in various pillars.
Extraordinary. Exciting. Exceptional. Star FM at 10. Hashtag Extreme Radio. It's the Weekend Special. Weekend Special on Star FM.
But yes, kumnandi lapho ngize njalo abantwana benga kabraba nayo love of myself official Xavier, and you are listening to Erica on Star FM. Kumnandi la.
Hey yo, Young D, you got that? Yeah.
So we back on again. With the young generation and forever Tichiro Vangoma Samari. Royalty fit to be kings. Grind, we chasing our dreams. Squad, that's me and my team. We're winning. Yeah, we bring the energy, we bring the force. Power to light up the sky. The current is strong, electric of course. Keep the signal amplify. Saka usatime, Jimbo Mira. Mataga anozotibira. Vanoita basare rima. Asi hati sombo mira. Tineti chibati tamakets.
.06 on Star FM. Good morning. Thank you so much for making us your station of choice. It is the weekend special, the first one for the month of November. It's ever so delighting being with you as the month starts and as the month ends. You know, it's always set nicely like that. My name is Erica Ndoro. I'm with you until 12 o'clock. Yeah, and you talk to me on the WhatsApp platform. That's on our 0775 897897. Started off the last hour of the weekend special with some young DLC featuring T Gonzi and Wewo with MWEDZI. Yeah, I do see the continuation of the question that I did ask you. Do you see anything wrong with posting personal things on social media, like children, your home? When you get new set of couches, you post. You even post and tag who bought them for you. Then you worry next time when the person that bought them for you. I know someone who was in a relationship, and she'd post all the time, "Thank you, babe, Ningi, tag it. Thank you, babe, Ningi, tag it." And it so happens that I do know the girl that the guy moved on to. So I did ask her, "How did you meet this guy?" And she said, "Would you thank you, babe? Pro Max." So be careful what you post, because that's how people just get to know things about your life, get to take away certain things from you. When you expose yourself too much. Perhaps you don't feel that way. Please do share with me 0775 897897. Driving to work. When they get you. Checking out some sounds here from XQ featuring Rocky and Shakura with Kilos.
Feeling kinda super fine. Few super dudes online. So me and my boys will shine. To the chico swagger combined. But I got one thing on my mind. So right now I'm craving for my girlie. Just want her body kuvaneni. To the chico one-on-one. Me, my girl, my son. Twitter, my hater. See you later. Maheka, atina data, pandada, tinengendada, saka no more with jamba kungepada, let's go.
Summertime in the back again, taste that feeling, made me smile again. My body, on your body, my body, girl, let's lose some kilos. Cause I feel like losing kilos. And I want you now, some kilos. Cause I feel like losing kilos.
like I'm doing for TV. Pinda mukati mejino like Diddy. But tonight we ain't flossing and gets ain't closing. I guarantee waste I pose. Cause nas na kuvarura mapilo. Takuchimanya to pull I'm a willa. Willa, kushikira teleza 4 or 5 my killer, Ndaga pick an outfit, hechi hero. Superman, man, the haircut, you know. Kushikira what to please, baby, you know. The loser, my killer.
Summertime and I'm back again. Taste that feeling, made me smile again. My body, your body, my body, girl. Let's lose some kilos. Cause I feel like losing kilos.
Girl, I see what you would have dictated. I'm telling you what you're freaky, girl. You gon' love me even more when I'm freaky, girl. Baby, move it on my bimbo. She will take her down below. Show me what you got, show the big boy. I see we gon' lose a lot of kilos. Let's go all the way. So go and prepare. Tell your mom and dad I want you now. Taste that feeling, made me smile again. My body on your body, my body, girl. Let's lose some kilos. Hey, cause I feel like losing kilos. And I want you now, some kilos. Cause I feel like losing kilos.
Weekend special on Star FM. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Erica on Star FM. You're all good to go? Sounding good all the time.
Hey! Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, no one like, oh yeah, one like, oh yeah, no one like, oh yeah, no one. Hello, how you doing? My angel, my one and only, the only one that I'm missing. Where they bring me joy and blessings, you know that I love you, and I can't wait to say I do. But before we walk down the aisle, I just wanna let you know that you're the finest. Like you be the finest thing I've seen. You're the brightest. The way you the shine, you the bling like me. You're the highest. When it comes to rating, you're the lead. My princess, my only one lover. Girl, I just wanna let you know that no one be like you. See, I don't go different places, I've seen many faces. No one be like you. So they cannot replace you cause you are a blessing. No one be like you. You're driving me crazy cause you are my baby. No one be like you. No one like you. One like you. No one like you. One like you. No one. About a year ago, before I met you, yeah, there was no possibility for me to be rescued. But thank God I found you, girl. Cannot do without you. Now since then I go different places, I've seen many faces that cannot replace you. With you I gain many blessings. Girl, you want my life, you're the finest. And I be the finest thing I've seen. You're the brightest. The way you the shine, you the bling like me. You're the highest. When it comes to rating, you're the lead. My princess, my only one lover. I guess it's not to let you know that no one be like you. See, I don't go different places, I've seen many faces. No one be like you. They cannot replace you cause you are a blessing. No one be like you. You're driving me crazy cause you are my baby. No one be like you. No one like you. finest I've ever seen. The way you the shine, you the bling like queen. Hey, when it comes to renting, you're the lead. My princess, my only one lover. Girl, I guess it's time to let you know that no one like you. So many things, so many things like you.
Ini ndinonzikuda kwashe Take Money Chiwandire. Ndini ndakawina title yangu ya WBC Super Bantamweight World Title. This coming Sunday muswa 6 November pa Fly on the Wall. Ndine interview ya ndinayona Ayati nenguwa za 2:30 p.m. So tobatana ipapo pa Star FM sounding good all the times.
I am so sad that I missed this last Sunday settings. It was a big one. It was a banger. I saw performances, dances, ecstatic energy. Please do make sure that you just catch up with all that action, and definitely not missing this month's Sunday settings in the garden at the end of the month. But do catch up with her. She's coming through from 12 o'clock until 3 o'clock. Her name is Ayati, with a bounce in her step. I'm always looking outside the window to see her bouncing, but she always does. Ready to be with you. And after that, you do catch up with at Mr. Dobie. Yes, in 4 at Ola 7. And then after that, you get to catch up with at Miss Yvonne Tivachke with the gospel. Great. So much to write home about.
Star FM, the summer station of choice. Star FM, sounding good all the time.
Gonna check out the one that's been doing the rounds on the streets, Instagram, Twitter, name it. With mimics, dedications, backup sounds. This is Oxalate with Closer.
So many reasons why I want you for you, my love. Now you want to retire with my love. See all the little good things you do, they make me no. This distance is taking a hold of me for sure. Baby, come. I want to make me there. Girl, I want to make you. I like make you. Pull over. Should be not these kind of things where they make man see ya. And me, I understand, so your dad know like me. See me, I won't make you know, say me there for you, gotta. And if not the price be that, I feel like to see ya. I never traded you for nothing. This love will make me the jackpot shit. Without you, I'm not break to love. Without you, I'm a good time with this all bingo. I never traded you, baby. This love will make me the something. No. I'm a good time, me what's up, bingo. I'm a want to make me dead. I'm a girl, I want to make you. Baby, I'm a like make you. Oh, baby, oh, no.
It's official. Star FM is the talk of the town, literally. The latest Zimbabwe All Media and Product Survey shows that Star FM is the country's #1 urban radio station. It's extremely exciting news. Thanks for your support. Star FM, sounding good all the time. #Extreme Radio.
It's the weekend special. On Star FM.
But yes, kumnandi lapho ngizenjela abantwana benga kabraba naye love of my soul official Xavier, and you are listening to Erica on Star FM. Kumnandi la.
And it's also taking over.
You takasangana muchiraundi kuglenview ndakunyepera ndakadzidza kuchechu uchimhanya kumba kwenyu kune ketiu chamaku angu ihuru ya kana tikadanana ndichakupa rudo ndirishumba kwete kudo handiwanze chikudo tambaneni kuita tamblaneni ndazona wanduda ndichakutengera iPhone ndichakutengera laptop saka zvichandwa aunei nazvo ndichangokupa rudo kwacho kana tikadanana ndichakupa rudo ndirishumba kwete kudo handiwanze chikudo kana tikadanana ndichakupa rudo ndirishumba kwete kudo handiwanze chikudo kana tikadanana
Checking out some sounds here from Shashil featuring Talkie Vibes with Tika Danana. 22 minutes past 11 o'clock on the weekend special. Right here on Star FM. Listen, looking outside the window from 102 Simon Mazozi here. It's just looking like coffee and cake. Where are you tuning in from? What does it look like there? Listen, you can send me a picture. 077589787. Get in touch with me. If it were up to me, I'd really just grab a blanket, put a sofa in studio and go live, and so that you can just see all of this. It's making sense.
Yeah.
Shasha featuring Soul Matrix here with Ungwami. It is 11:26. Ever so often we talk about the girl child, women, and mental health issues concerning women and what women go through, which is okay, which is alright, fully in support. But I wanted to ask you, what do you think is the biggest challenge that men face in this generation? What is the biggest challenge that you think men face in this generation? And of course, men, I am speaking to you. Share with me just the biggest challenge you face, you know. It's always been put out there, highlighted, headlined, that the man shall be the provider, and that alone, I know, it's a challenge, it's pressure on its own. But please do talk to me, please do share. What is the biggest challenge that you think men face in this generation, in the times that we live in today? I asked this because yesterday I was sitting with someone and he was complaining how his girlfriend is giving him pressure because her friends are social lights. You know, they're my Facebook lights, my social lights. So kunema lights like I wanted to keep up with, and he was saying that his relationship was okay in the beginning, but now msikana wake akutamba nevanawe kuti pari kufana ku unbox kwa every day. They're unboxing new clothes, new phones, and he is now feeling the pressure, and he's saying he blames it on this generation, the pressures of social media. That's what he was complaining about. And it had me thinking to ask you, what pressures do you think, or what challenges do you think men face in this generation? Talk to me at 077589789. Shout out to Mabuku. Hans, it's cold like a freezer.
The National Development Strategy, NDS1, 2021 to 2025. Vision 2030 reflects the collective aspirations and determination of the people of Zimbabwe towards a prosperous and empowered upper middle income society by 2030.
Star FM, your summer station. Star FM, sounding good all the time.
It's bad, bitch o'clock, yeah, it's thick 30. I've been through a lot, but I'm still flirty. Is everybody back up in the building? It's been a minute, tell me how you're healing. Cause I'm about to get into my feelings. How you feeling? How you feel right now? Oh, I've been so down and under pressure. I'm way too fine to be distressed, yeah. Oh, I'm not the girl I was or used to be. I might be better. Turn up the music. Turn down the lights. I got a feeling I'm gonna be alright, okay, alright. It's about damn time. Turn up the music. Let's celebrate. I got a feeling I'm gonna be okay, alright. It's about damn time. In a minute, I'ma need a sentimental man or woman to pump me up. Feeling fussy, walking in my Balenciennes, trying to bring out the fabulous. Cause I give a fuck way too much. I'ma need like 2 shots in my cup. Wanna get up, wanna get down. That's how I feel right now. Oh, I've been so down and under pressure. I'm way too fine to be distressed, yeah. Oh, I'm not the girl I was or used to be. But I might be better. Turn up the music. Turn down the lights. I got a feeling I'm gonna be alright.
the Weekend Special. Weekend Special on Star FM. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Erica on Star FM. You're all good to go? Sounding good all the time.
Tamba, Spakwa, Driver, Driver, Spakwa, Tamba. Take you down to the South Likuro Vene remix. Ka ama piano hip hop, the vibe is just too correct. We experimenting and diversifying the sound, intensifying and unlocking new levels of creativity. There's no one on my level. I'm from a different cloth, a different type of rapper from the ones Vangama Jaira. My sound is uniquely refreshing. I leave you musically quenched with a hunger for more. Be careful of the addiction and bring it to all of your areas. My vibe is crazy good. You can't resist to dance, move, and bop a little. Okay, I'm lying a little. Is an understatement. You've got to go crazy on this one. Time by like it's your last dance. Fat chance you'll find another authentic rapper with my type of ability to keep you moving and grooving. Stay in my zone. Drastic is here for the throne. In hip hop, I'm taking over, bringing nothing but the dopest rhymes. Spakwa, Jiva, Jiva, Spakwa, Tamba, Tamba, Spakwa, Jiva, Jiva, Spakwa, Tamba. Now, what's about to happen can only end in disaster. I'm about to let loose, release all my thoughts on this beat. My style is not understandable, though I probably am the most able rapper ever to grace the system. I'm nothing like you've heard. Give me a minute and I'ma make it a lifetime of memories. My lyrical deliverance is just too good. Drastic from the hood, I'm in the mood to battle with any one of you goons. You fools are not ready. I'm steady coming for the crown. I'm gunning you down, knocking you out. One verse, I'm a star like Converse. Shine in the presence of the sun. I run the streets. Quick on my feet, just like my name was Carl Lewis. Y'all living the way I do this, talking about how on earth was drastic. Keep it, I'm in the way it does. Well, it's simple. When I'm creating a rhyme, comes from the heart. Thinking about nothing else but making an awesome beat. Tamba, Spakwa, Jiva, Jiva, Spakwa, Tamba, Tamba, Spakwa.
Checking out here Drastic the Authentic with Tamba. Before that, we did get some sounds coming through from Lisa with About Damn Time. 26 minutes before 12 o'clock right here on the Weekend Special on Star FM. I did ask you, what do you think the challenges men face in this generation, okay? Yeah, it's a lot to write home about, emotional maybe to a certain extent. Do talk to me. What are the challenges that you think men face in this generation? Okay, so messages I say in this generation because of the times that we're living in. Do you think men are just in a tougher spot? Says one here, men are facing severe emotional abuse from their female partners, wives, etc., mostly due to their inability to provide for their family in this harsh economy, which has traditionally been the role of a man. And it's sad because they can't talk about it because they are damned by society for failing their families. So in a way, it leads to infidelity, drug and alcohol abuse, etc. I think it's high time women became more supportive, especially on the emotional side, for the benefit of everyone involved. And this is Brian from Avondale West. Now listen, I'm for that, Brian. I'd like to encourage women to just maybe just tone it down a few notches when you're just asking for things. We find ourselves just asking for so many things, and we forget that this is also just a person. I myself had to tell myself yesterday that, Eric, everything sure. Hey, no. Oti mota yacho ndiye, fio yacho ndiye, music yacho ndiye. You just gotta tone it down a little bit. Another one says, ever since she's again recently, men are failing to cope with their partner's infidelity and ending up committing suicide. Mental issues and health issues, addictions, etc. This is Kudzinakwe. Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories where women just doing the most to men, and I don't think men can handle, most of what men have been dishing out to women. We've been taught that if a man cheats you should listen to him, forgive him. However, I don't think it's been like that for men. It's an abomination. So when it happens, I say turn to the Almighty. Love this one. It is Star FM. Good morning.
You give me purpose, my provider. And when my enemies surround me, got me tied up. When they throw me in the pit inside the fire, you are my God and my King and my Father. Light to my path in the darkness, hope in my heart. When they heartless, Father, you reach out and caught us. You're the lover of my soul, love is flawless. They don't understand my God is keeping me high, I know they go low. Cause me, I know they solo. Cause my gyre and my body, it's a man I need go.
It's the weekend special. Coming to you from another. Extraordinary. Exciting. Exceptional. Star FM at 10. Hashtag Extreme Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you're listening to Erica on Star FM.
You're all good to go?
Sounding good all the time.
You're coming to you from another world.
Mushroom.
Ability extension. What is the one? You make me feel better when I'm blue. When I need a lighter, I call you. When you no cautious, I love you. Never be your heartbreaker. Just send you to me like a favor. Protect our love like treasure, yeah. I'ma give you pleasure, yeah. I love your body design. Love it when you go down and whine. Come here, let me touch your behind. Oh, I lie, girl, you're mine. Girl, you got the prettiest smile. Never felt like this in a while. Coulda walk a million miles to give you my love deeper than River Nile. I can be your shoulder, la la, shoulder, la la, firm and strong. Longer, give it to you one more time. Shoulder, firm and strong, girl. Give it to you one more time. Higher than the ceiling, hakuna another. This is something for your soul. Give you the healing. Something so different. No other man could have loved you so. All your dad can't let you go. Look how you make a man star my soul. I love your body design. Love it when you go down and whine. Come here, let me touch your behind. Oh, I lie. Girl, you're mine. Girl, you got the prettiest smile. Never felt like this in a while. Could I walk a million miles to give you my love deeper than River Nile? I can be your shoulder, my love. Shoulder, my love. Firm and strong. Longer, my love. Longer, my love. Give it to you one more time. My love. Shoulder, my love. Firm and strong, girl. My love. Longer, my love. Give it to you one more time.
When I'm blue, when I need a lighter, I call you. Better when I'm blue, when I need a lighter.
Checked out Natio Hill with Shoulder. 17 minutes before we touch midday, before we get to hang out with the girl with his bounce and her step, that's at Ayati. Listen, here landed into the event. So what do we do here when we open up the events in the studio? I let you in and you get to come through and come in and tell me anything that you want to vent about. This one. For me, my event this morning, I'll start off by telling you that last night I wanted to write in my dear diary. When this year started, and I had so many plans for this year. Then I just looked at the calendar and then I noticed that I've got like 5 weeks left of the year. Second, it's okay. I literally just wrote down it's okay, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do for the next 5 weeks according to my plans. I'm just gonna glide, okay? Flap my wings once a week and pray I glide safe is what I'm gonna do. Okay, what's your event? I'm gonna take this Pix's Chirandu Power Park D. We have so many gold diggers.
Yo, Whitney and Wyclef, what's up? You gonna feel it. Yo, if I became broke tomorrow, would I
But the moves did ass, guys.
Ghetto Prince of Egypt? And if I got into a motorcycle accident and crashed and became paraplegic? Yeah, and if the feds rushed the door, found guns on the floor, took us to federal court, would you say they were yours? If I had to do it big, would you take care of the kids and never let another in the crib? Keep the kitty lit, yeah.
If tomorrow is judgment day, and I'm standing on the front line, and the Lord asked me what I did with my life, I will say I spent it with you. If I wake up in World War III, I see destruction and poverty, and I feel like I wanna go home. It's okay if you're coming with me.
Ghetto love is a real love. Come on.
Your love is my love, and my love is your love. Your love, boy. Take an eternity to break us, and the chains of our star couldn't hold us. Your love is my love is your love. It would take an eternity to break us, and the chains of our star couldn't hold us. If I lose my fame and fortune, really don't matter, and I'm homeless on
checked out the remix there from Wycliffe Jean and Dime to the Whitney Houston My Love Is Your Love. It is 14 minutes before we land midday right here on Star FM. It is the weekend special. My name is Erica Ndoro. I'd love to know your name and what you've been getting up to. Time for the air vent. We're venting. I really do think and believe that once in a while you do need to just find someone, sit next to them, someone you don't know. So you feel good. It feels good. Okay, checking out here. Someone says ndakarambwa Erica ndakunzwisisa. Found out that I didn't do business. Listen, don't listen to me. Yeah, I'll be merely joking, but hey, I do in some cases believe that another one also came through and says I just told my parents that it was good, but Ishma one kind of 5 points I doubt. I don't know if you want me to say your name, because do you really want to prepare them? What if they're listening? Okay, someone says here ndakaitira girlfriend yangu munamato kuti andide ndobva andida izvezvi handichamuda. I don't know kuti zvinopedzwa nei. Listen, if I get you correctly, you are saying iwewe kuti wakaenda pakrawa hobva wanopiwa munamato ndobva waitira mwana wevanhu munamato kuti akude, and now that she wants you, you don't want her. Achingodzokera kakuna madzibaba ongonotaura kuti handichamuda. Maybe there's an undo, but man, I pray for you if it can be undone. Hey, mambodanana nemunhu kuda zvisiri madiro anomita iwewe. It's like you are being check out some techno here.
My baby, I know how it starts. Forever I go there by your side. I'm a gaga, when you chop my money, I know go do you juba. You the turn in my radio. I say I'm a gaga, chop all of my money. Ellie put down snow be juba. Baby girl, say you try for me, try for me. Say that you do me something when nobody do me. Girl, I know that. Girl, I know that. Yeah, you do me something when nobody do me. Kenyan girl with a big waist, you. Oh no, my Kenyan girl. Everything correct with a fine face, you. Everything correct. Say get your body banging like this, and get your body banging like that, and for your lover dancing like this. Baby girl, do it like that. Jam on. I no go play with your love. I no go do you like that. My baby, I know how we start. Yeah, no, forever I go there by your side. I'm a gaga, when you chop my money, I no go do you juba. You the turn in my radio. I say I'm a gaga, chop all of my money. Ellie put down snow be juba. Baby girl, say you try for me, try for me. Say that you do me something when nobody do me. Oh no, girl, I know that. Girl, I know that. Yeah, you do me something when nobody do me. Girl, when you smile, you are beautiful. Wow. Just want to see your face. Girl, what you do, unbelievable. Girl, you they make me crazy. Say, why you gonna do like this? Why you gonna do, girl,
checked out some sounds here from Techno with Your Love. It is the weekend special, the air vent. I called Mono late kuma 10 p.m. yesterday. We last talked around 11 a.m. I am confused up to now. Matukiro Acho. It was a space of 9 hours. That's Nagutaura. Monanga achifungwa rukumbonya noiteiko pausu kutaura nini. Hanzi Erica aswamburidza buju ndisipo. Aiwazvana satinamburidza buju. Mumota ndaridza buju. Hanzi wangu ndiri tight. It's my girlfriend's birthday today, but because handina chandatenga handikutadza kana kutaipa happy birthday. I'm gonna tell you this for free my guy. If you don't send the message, pamusoro pekunge usina futi birthday present, handina kuona zvakufambira musheni. Saka I would send the message right now as we speak. Event, another one comes here and says, andisi kungonzwisisa kuti ndaneka nguva ndakamira kuyazotorwa kuenda for iyo yanzi breakfast, but now it's almost 12 o'clock. Munhu asati asvika. I don't want to ask because andikuda kuti ngedinonetsa. Yeah, I'm not going to give you my advice. Ngomira ari uya and akasauya weather iri right tinorara.
It's E. Kelly.
Too fresh and clean, don't stand my way. Dropping money, flexing life, yeah. I can do as I like, make I dance and party all night. Mole Joe, Tori be anybody low. Yeah, my folk, where come with me, yeah, Jackalo. Mole Joe, Tori be anybody low. Yeah, my folk, where come with me, yeah, Jackalo. Faji. Oya Jacka Faji. Jackalo Faji. Oya Jacka Faji.
Oh Lord, too much water in the kettle. Too many olopa to settle. Money easy, you have changed since we met you. Yeah, but it's loaded bamboo. Zagadat. Pastor, you know be a laji. Shukusha guru maraji. Stripper oya to si ashi. Isha oya to si faji. Ole jo, tori ni oje anybody low. Yeah, my fo, oya come with me, yeah, Jackalo faji.
Oya Jacka Faji. Jackalo Faji.
Enjoyment.
Oya Jacka Faji. Yeah. $20, spend pounds. Empty bottle on my body was. Empty bottle on my body. Jackalo Faji. $20, pounds.
Enjoyment.
Oya Jacka Faji. Bottle on my body was. Empty bottle on my body was. Too fresh and clean, don't stand my way. I can do as I like.
Joe Boy here featuring Mr. Easy with Faji. Hanzi Erica ko uyo munhu akadyisa musikana wake. Anombomudyisa achakapiwa munamato 1 kuchurch pakrawa. There's a difference. Asi hanzi achamuda. So my suggestion was go back kuchurch ungonoudza munhu akakupa kuti ndauda kuti zvichiwila. So someone says, what if he goes back, osvika pepe, then madzibaba akakupa havasisipo. Oshitongoona kuti wamudawo mwana uyu because ndiwo wakamudaro. Listen, you've been absolutely amazing for hanging out with me since 9 o'clock on a Sunday like so. I had missed you, by the way. Do catch up with me across the social media platforms. That's at Erica Ndoro. And yeah, you can send pictures, tag GGG if you're getting up to some good Sunday stuff. Do make sure that you do not forget to block those who bother you. Drink water and mind your own business. And I see you next week. Leaving you in the right realm. Hayati is up next. Belinda Goma up with the news in 4 minutes.
Vanonyengetere, unyangwe vane simutoro munovatagurira zvino ndapfugama kukumbira ngonitungamirira ndinokumbira ngoni dzenyu kazi nditungamire ndipe ngonika ndipe iwe ndipe mweya ndikunde ndipe ngonika ndipe iwe ndipe ngoni ndikunde cheuka iwo kuno mesiya ndine chikumbiro kumbira kunge yezekaya munopfuma here yezekaya uyu wanga wofa mukamufesekedza zvino ndapfugama kukumbira mundisesekedze baba ndimbodyawo kufa ndinotyira vana mukandiisa nyika dzimwini vangadzungaira hatina kuramba kuuya nyasi ndati vana ndikavasiya dziri pwere dzinodzungaira mweya wangu haumbozorora ndikasiya vana sangwe waveko nyika dzimuyi ungadzungaira saka itai ndimbogara mamwe 40 ndizosiyawo vayaruka vavasadzungaira ndinokumbira kumbogara kana 40 ndizosiyawo vayaruka vavasadzungaira izvozvi kufandirira zaro vanosara nei ropafadza maoko angu vasipemberera vangakandiranwa sebhora ibvaukama ndaenda kana kuturikwa mamhepo vosotetereka izvozvi nyika yakapanduka haichina rudo kuti ndikavasiya vega vavanochekereswa chiita irudo kupwere dzimundisesekedze zizongofawo vayaruka vavasadzungaira mune rudo kupwere muchandisesekedza zizongofawo vayaruka vavasadzungaira ndipe ngonika ndipe iwo ndipe mweya ndikunde ndipe ngonika ndipe iwo ndipe mweya ndikunde ndipe ngonika ndipe iwo ndipe ngoni ndikunde pane minzwa pane gomba kuenda nengoni pane chiga chakasviba dzingandimoni famba mwanangu famba famba nengoni famba mwanangu famba famba nengoni kunda nengoni unokunda nengoni rerwa nengoni ucharerwa nengoni kunda nengoni unokunda nengoni rerwa nengoni ucharerwa nengoni
Taking us straight into middays, Mambo Dutere with Mwe.